Hello from Ural of New England and Boxborough, Massachusetts. We're doing an overview of a very nice, actually an amazing setup. This is 2016 Ural M70, and as you already noticed, it is set up with a military theme in mind. It's actually starting to rain. We're going to end up in the showroom, but before it starts to rain for real, we're going to take the bike out for a quick ride. As you can see, it's got a lot of nice features. All the accessories, as you can see, ammo boxes, brackets, and the medical box in the back, they're all refinished by our shop in a color matched color. It has a hand shifter, so I just shifted up using my right hand. I'm downshifting now using my right hand. And with the hand shifter right here, I'm going to put it in neutral. And then I'm going to use the second part of the shifter, which is a horizontal shifter, and I put the bike in reverse. And I have it side by side with the Russian military, light military troop carrier. This is UAZ 469. Well, let's get in the showroom and we'll take a closer look at this bike. So we are indoors and we're looking at the 2016 Ural M70. Fully outfitted for modern use. It's a great highway bike. It's a great bike for back roads and occasional off-road. Certainly dirt roads, fields, and terrain like that is no problem for this bike. We would like to certainly share with you the excitement that we had setting this bike. As I said earlier, this bike is going to the West Coast. And let's talk about lighting first of all. This has an LED conversion, so the headlamp was converted to an H4 with Hella lens, and it has an H4 bulb. Also, the driving lights and the spotlight are powered to be operated and running with ignition on. This is an option that we can do on any Ural. For this particular bike, we also converted spotlight to a driving lamp. So this has an H4 lens and it has LED bulb. So when we turn the ignition on, we have LED lights coming from the headlamp. We have a very powerful LED light that is coming from the spotlight. And for this particular bike, we tightened up the adjustment so that it is a little harder to move it around. You need to put a little more effort to aim the light, but once it's aimed, it's going to stay that way. Also, we have our dual LED driving lights on the bumper. Everything is properly aimed and adjusted. So with this bike, when you arrive, you turn off the ignition and it just turns off all the lights. Standard Ural wiring is set up that the spotlight and driving auxiliary driving lights, they have independent circuits, which in some situations very helpful, because if you are somewhere on a campsite and you need a source of light without turning ignition on, with a standard wiring circuit, you can have your spotlight or your auxiliary lights on without having the ignition on or bike running. But for this particular instance, and I'm sure there are other riders that it will be beneficial for them to simply turn the ignition on and all your LED driving lights, they all come off. So that's as far as lighting goes on this bike. Next, we will talk about the hand shifter. So this bike, as I showed before, has a hand shifter. It's a dual hand shifter where the vertical part is used to put it in to downshift or upshift this way. And the horizontal part right here is used to put the bike in reverse. So first it needs to be in neutral, where it is now, and then it puts the bike in reverse. I'm going to put it back in neutral. We're going to start the bike. So I'll show you right here. By putting that, we have the bike in reverse. So you can see I'm backing the bike up. Then I can quickly put this down out of reverse, and now I'm in the first gear, and I can move the bike forward. That is done just with releasing the clutch. And it's very easy to put the bike back in neutral. All you need to do is just tap it forward and you're in neutral. Another common upgrade, and this bike is no exception, is the rear seating package. On the Retro, Classic, and M70, and pretty much any Ural with 18-inch wheels, you need to observe a limitation on the tire load when you have a fully loaded bike with 2 people, maybe 3 people and cargo. So you always need to keep that in mind. And we do have a chart on our website where you can pull it up and calculate that. So as far as the rest of the accessories, there's a nice, in the rear of the bike, let's take a look at that. We have color matched medical box that is set up here with the straight bumper, and it works out pretty good, so you can still open it. If there is no bumper, this folds all the way down. There's a rubber gasket. And again, for this bike, some add-ons, medical box including, and fuel canister and ammo boxes in the front, they were refinished by our shop to color match this bike. And I'll show you the quality of finish work that we do. For example, I'm going to pull out this fuel canister from here, and we will take a look. We'll take a look at the finish work. Again, everything is done. There are no missed spots. It's beautifully done. And we're actually going to put it back this way. We have a couple of inches down the bottom. Okay, so now that we looked at that, we will look at the ammo boxes in the front. Oh, I'll mention that we also have the spout, also color matched. And as any Ural from 2017 and newer, this is 2016, but now they all have comprehensive toolkits, air pumps, set of owner's manuals, and always touch-up kits. So we have 2 touch-up colors for this bike. One is M70 color, and another one is black for the detail work on the bike. Let's take a look at the ammo box. So you can take a look inside. And with the medical box, obviously it stays in the bike, with the bike, and you can also release this latch right here and take this out of the bike. It comes right out. And of course the Red Star, it is magnetic. Goes back in. And the same thing on this side. You can take a look. You can also put a small padlock and lock that. As far as the interior of the sidecar, it is very, very comfortable, like in any Ural. This one also has sidecar armrests, and it has wooden floorboards. You'll see them in just a moment. Yes, and the armrests are very, very comfortable. They actually make a huge difference for the sidecar passenger. One of the most popular accessories on our e-store at uralme.com. And also, this particular bike has a black powder-coated drivetrain, as you already noticed. It does have the undercoating on the sidecar bottom and under all three fenders. When we installed a rear seating package, we moved over the rack that comes with the bike on the rear fender of the bike, and we moved it over on the sidecar fender. It protects top of the fender from scratches, and it certainly makes a nice cargo spot, landing spot for cargo. The new style shovel is easy to access, and it's a nice little tool. We keep it folded out, but you can also fold this in and take it with you if you're going by foot. Fits nicely. And to close the lid, you lift up the lever, bring it down, and lock it in. So let's take a look on the left side of the bike. We have a nice vintage IMZ logo on the side cover of the little toolbox. And also with this bike, we actually have, you can see it right here, we have a seat riser. It's a 1-inch seat riser that makes, actually for most people, it just fits perfect. And as we go around the bike, on the steering bar, you will notice there's a nice device holder, which works excellent. This is iPhone SE, one of the smaller devices you'll find these days. It fits great. And then you can also, we're going to try a larger device. And as you can see, it also works fine. So it's a universal device holder that works phenomenal. We sold many of them, and they work great. We also have, as you probably noticed already, we have a headlamp visor. It's a nice cosmetic detail, but it also helps to reduce the glare in the foggy riding conditions. And this bike also has a flasher. Ural does not come standard with a flasher. We developed an easy to install do-it-yourself plug-and-play kit. And as you can see, there's a switch on a right-hand side if you are riding the bike, and all you need to do is flip it, and it works with ignition on or off. Let's take another look all around the bike. Thank you for viewing this video. From Ural of New England in Boxborough, Massachusetts.